Match found.
It's not on though. What the hell? Yo, chat. Who remember this game right here? Man, yo, bro. If you don't know this game right here. Bro. Yo, chat. Let me tell you something, chat. I've been wanting to play this game. Glory, dog.
UADD count 263 underscore second.
Super Mario Brothers. Whee!
Wow. I'm about to really
I
play
like
this
the
game.
Oh, I remember this
Super
game.
Mario. Super Mario. That is crazy.
Favor donated $1.99.
Bro, was the graphics always this shit?
Hate speed and your birthday meal to go.
Hell nah, bro. Hell nah. I don't remember this part.
Can I buy you? I need a new farmer.
Why don't I remember this part?
Oh, it's the new power-ups?
Let's go! Loud? Is it too loud, bro? God damn. Is that better? Yeah. Is that better? Is that better?
I remember this game. How long is the video? 6 hours? Holy crap.
Let's play. Oh my gosh, y'all. Let's beat the chat. The first mission is always so. The first mission always easy. The first mission is always easy. Bro, can you fucking jump? Bro. Hold on, wait. So how do you run? Yo, check, can Mario run?
I've seen what the enemy Sky becomes. Deal with her now. Trust me.
Fucking way, I'm down to the first fucking mission. Come on, bro, not this
I'm
shit,
outta
dog.
here.
Hell no, dog. How do you run? Hold one. Oh, that's how you.
I'm out of here.
Thank you. Let's go. Oh.
Bro, you suck. How are you fucking losing on the first fucking match? I mean, not the first match, but the first level.
Please!
Fucking suck.
Now stop spamming L!
Suppress it.
Marked 5.
Damn, man.
Omen killed. Enemy B.
Reloading.
Wait.
My ping.
Why go down
Spike B. Spike down B.
Can I get a heal?
Reloading.
Let's go.
Gotta go. I'll find you.
Let's go.
Enemy B.
We did it.
Last player standing.
Oh. Wait, hold on. Hey, don't say hi.
One enemy remaining.
How do you slide?
Reina, after you take from the fallen, what remains? It makes me. Anyone feeling generous? Anyone feeling generous?
Down. Oh.
Anyone feeling generous?
Oh, okay. I got it.
Teşekkürler. Thank you.
Ooh. Hell yeah.
Stay focused.
Suppressing.
Hell yeah.
Enemy spotted me.
No peeking.
First mission, I told you, chat. First mission always
Go, go. I'm out of here.
First mission always easy. That's all it takes, man. All it takes. I feel first.
Bro, my ping, bro.
You want a piece of this?
Come on now, bro. Come on now, bro.
Look at my fucking ping.
Come on now, bro.
What the
Come on now,
fuck?
dog. Come on now, chat.
Spike planted.
Two damn minutes, bro. I gotta, yo, chat, I gotta remember.
Last player
I'm
standing.
these games, bro. Told you. Dumbass. Okay.
They have courage, but no one is
I'm
me.
not dying no more. I'm not dying no more. I can promise you that.
Gotta go.
Anyone feeling generous? Teşekkürler. Anyone feeling generous? Teşekkürler. Thank you.
Wait, how do you? Okay, hold up.
Shutting them down.
Enemy spotted me.
Wait, how do you do that?
Bring them down.
You're done.
My old found one.
No, stop! Stop! Go away, KO!
Flash.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, this game about to piss me off, dog.
Spike planted.
What I'm doing? Exactly what I did, bro.
One enemy remaining.
Come on.
Come on, please.
Let's get it. I'm not skipping no point, bro.
A. Reloading. Reloading.
What can I say? When I want something, I take it.
Last round in the half.
Don't be cheap. Splendid I'll be for it.
I'll probably do one more mission to get off this game. Hell, no, I'm not doing that.
I'm done. I'm not playing with these people. Fuck this. I'm done. Nah. What? No. Honestly, nah. Why are you saying that kind of stuff? That's so fucking disgusting. I'm done. I'm not playing. Y'all can fucking play. I'm not playing this game with. I wanna end this fucking match. I don't care what anyone says. Oh, you're doing. I don't care.
I've got your trail.
I gotta lock in, bro. Come on, let's beat this guy. I didn't see somebody in the chat say game name. Oh.
Last player standing.
I didn't see somebody in the chat say
Spike
game
planted.
name. There's no way you don't know that. What's that?
Switching sides. I reckon I'll take a cap off
Pikachu on his mic.
I've earned it.
I forgot they had Pikachu on
I'm
his
out of
stage.
here.
No, come here, you fat ass. I didn't know they had Pikachu
Anyone
on his
feeling
game.
generous?
Can he like fly? Oh yeah, that's cool. Oh, that's fire. I forgot he can fly.
Why are we throwing in a freaking swift play?
Fly this dude the whole
Charlie
time.
Mike, let's move.
Are you serious?
Oh, why leave me?
Marked one. Enemy B.
Are you serious? I'm very serious.
Go, move.
I'm a cat.
Who is this? I didn't know this multiple. Oh, come here.
Last player standing.
Yo, I'm about to break this goddamn Wii controller, bro. If I die one more goddamn time, bro. If I die one more goddamn
Frick you, K. You freaking poopy fart. Freaking
I
suck.
still have 2 lives.
Suck.
That's why you're really bad at the game,
Suck.
kid. Yeah. That's why you're actually really
Suck.
bad.
Butt.
What is this?
Suck. Frick you.
Why? Wait, hold on. Why are you actually throwing in? What sense does that make, bro? If you play the games, it's gonna go by faster.
30 seconds left.
Freaking suck.
What is the point? Just play the swift play. How are you tilting over a swift play?
Y'all are weird.
10 seconds left. Match point.
Their jet is playing hard to get.
I
Alright,
have one more
I'll
life
play.
here, y'all. I have one more life here.
Reloading.
I got one more life here. I gotta lock in, y'all. I got one more life. One more life, y'all. One more life.
Go,
I got one more life, y'all. One more life.
Anyone feeling generous? Anyone feeling generous? Switch it up, just for fun. I got a spike. I have the spike. Dropping spike. I have the spike. Marked one. You're blind with fear.
I got one more life yet.
They really mad that I'm throwing. Like I care.
Enemy spotted me. Enemy shot. They will go.
Let's go.
3 souls.
One enemy remaining.
Fuck it. You know what, chat? I'm just in the game. I'm in the game, bro. I'm in the game.
Red planted.
Last player standing.
Come on. Alright, y'all. I think it's yo, chat. What chat? Is this the boss mission? Who the fuck is you? Mario, bad news. This letter just got dropped off at the castle. I order my minions to stuff every annoying toad they catch into a pad.
Clutch.
I wanna save them. Come along. I wanna get in.
Defenders win.
I'm worried about them. If you find a toad, carry them to the goal.
What? Report me? Like that's gonna do anything, bro. You wanna report me? Report me. Like, what's that gonna do, huh? What is that gonna do? Nothing. Nothing. It's not gonna do shit. Why?
Damn, man.
Because, dog. Like, I got reported so many times. Nothing happened. Like, you can report me. I don't give a fuck. Like, that's gonna do anything. Think that's gonna do anything? Absolutely not. Report me. I don't care. This game is not all that for me, too.
Follow me. What are you?
I could care less about the game, to be honest.
There we go. There we go. Damn. Come here. Come here. So how do I pick him up? How do I pick him
Match
up?
found.
How do I pick him up? Oh, just follow me. Follow me. How do I pick it?
Let's do this.
People take this game way too fucking seriously. And that was a Swift play? Are you fucking serious? Why are you taking it so seriously, bro? Doesn't matter. It doesn't make any sense, bro.
Her name is Lebanese, bro, and Troy, and Shadasi, and Quiet, and Ryan. Like, Ryan, shut the fuck up. You look ugly as hell in your profile picture, bro. Ugly ass man. Ryan Flores. Get the fuck out of here.
You fucking suck. You fucking suck. Bro, why are you so mad in a Swift play? Why are you so mad?
Deploy the killer robot to an urban population
It's fucking
center.
funny.
Great idea.
It's a fucking Swift play. Relax, bruh.
Alright, check this message to be.
You think this game is like your fucking life. Oh wait, that's right. It is. Oh fuck, I forgot. You're right. This game is your life. You have no fucking life. That's right. Oh fuck, I forgot. I fucking forgot. Like, I fucking don't care. I really don't care about this game. You think this game is all that for me? Absolutely not. I really don't care. I just play this game for fucking fun. And for the kingdom points. That's basically it.
Shadows traveling.
Somebody say you're bad at the game. Right, I haven't played this game since I was goddamn. Bro, y'all wouldn't even
Net deployed. Flashbang.
Y'all was not allowed for this game to know.
Oh my god, you're so good. I'm kidding, I'm not good at this game.
One enemy remaining.
There's no way.
Hunter hunted.
Like, bro, if you're below the age of 14 in this chat, you never play this game in your life. Never.
I'm gonna buy full shields. I'm gonna buy a sheriff. It does head taps.
Let's flush them out.
If you are below the age of 14, you have never in your life.
Shadows traveling.
Someone's beat.
Reloading. What? Knife deploy sight.
Going up. I did, and I'm 11. Captain so hard. Captain so hard.
Flash.
Flash. When you were 11, this game wasn't even out.
Get him.
Mo, matter of fact, you was only like 1 year old when this game came out.
Watch your eyes.
You was only like 1 year old when this game came out, bro.
Reload him.
Dude, you fucking blinded me, bitch.
Carrier is dead.
Spike down
Let's
B.
bust his ass, Shaq. It's fat.
Give in.
Satchel out.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
The boss mission right now, y'all. Got him again. Come on.
I'm still here, amigo.
2 weeks.
But not gonna lie, his aim kind of sucks.
Charge and shoot. Easy enough.
I'm not done. Ah! Let's go! I won! I won! Let's go!
Cover going out. Blinding.
Bro, I'm low-key about to get off. I low-key wanna...
Cover going out. Shutting them down. One suppressed. Flashbang.
No, you gotta...
Go, go, go.
Target down.
I'm out of here.
One enemy remaining.
This is my last mission.
Spike dropped.
This is my last mission, bro.
Spike's in.
I have the spike.
Enemy and defender spike.
Flawless.
It's ready.
Like, bro, I wanna get on that one world, bro. I forgot one world. It was like a galaxy.
Damn, this is fun. Let's keep it going.
Anyone need something?
Chat, what world? It was like a galaxy.
Go B. You guys go for A. You guys go for A. We'll go for B. Actually, I'm playing.
Fuck this game. You guys are fucking idiots. I'm done. Throwing it.
These dumbass fishes.
Come on, let's go.
One enemy remaining.
I can't see your guy. Careful now.
Just like last time. Search, destroy, repeat.
Oh, I forgot that happened in the game, bro. Damn, bro. It's cool. I'm just remembering. That's all it is.
Gotta go.
Yeah.
Did we beat the game?
Suppress it.
Spike down mid.
I got Spike.
Neon, can I have my Vandal skin back after?
Spike here.
Thanks, Neon.
Bye-bye.
Gone.
Neon, crosshair higher.
Last player standing.
Let's do it. Let's do it. No.
That's not your Vandal skin, bitch. That's my Vandal skin. The reason I didn't
seconds
go grab the like I ain't giving you my Vandal skin. The
Can't wait
fuck.
till Messi playing a World Cup. You're gonna be dead by the time that comes. Chat, should we get off or keep playing, y'all? Should we get off or keep playing?
10 seconds left.
Chat, should we get off or keep playing? Y'all get off or keep playing? What is this?
Catch your breath. Not that I need to, of course.
Should we keep playing or get off? Ronaldo's now retiring, bro. Yeah. Ronaldo's now retiring. You must just finish the game, huh? Ain't gonna take you no little 5 seconds. Maybe.
I'll show them. Linticayo.
Shutting them down.
Go, go, go!
Hey, yo, chat, I might go down there.
This way! Gotta go!
Nowhere to run! Joke's over! You're dead!
Spike down B.
Shit.
Kill confirmed.
Last player standing.
Go get him! Satchel out. Ugh.
What I tell you, chat? What I tell you, chat? What I tell you, chat? I'm locked in. Told you, chat, I'm locked in. Don't worry.
I have this bike.
You ain't gotta worry about me. I did it! What's good, Stitchy? What's up, bro?
30 seconds left.
I don't know why I'm so toxic today.
Random. Alright, chat, now let's beat the goddamn game, y'all. Let's beat this world. Let's beat this world, man. Easy peasy lemon squeeze. Chat, let's beat the world.
10
okay?
seconds left.
Let's beat the world, y'all.
Spike planted.
This is the last one I'm doing, y'all. Last one I'm doing.
Install now.
Oh, why do you... Wait. Wait, he can't
Trying to do my software update for my iPhone. iOS 17 point something, I think, or is it iOS 17? I don't know.
Team Ace.
Bro, what the fuck, man?
That jet is all speed, no skill. She's mine. Let's make
Yes,
some
I
hay.
want your Vandal. Thank you.
Go, go, go!
Knife deployed. One surprising.
Grenade! Enemy spotted mid.
Grenade reloaded.
Oh fuck! Messed up my molly. Fuck.
Bomb buddy out.
Flashbang.
What's the difference between this, though?
fuck?
Off your feet!
Last player standing. One enemy
No,
remaining.
you don't. My ultimate's ready.
Clutch.
Ooh, that's going on a highlight reel for sure.
Phoenix, you're a star! Get it?
I just gotta
Okay,
chill and concentrate.
I'm sorry.
I just have to chill and concentrate, bro. 'Cause when I rush, it's just like getting over, bro. Bro, look.
I'll silence their rage. Stealing sight.
Go, go, go. Gotta go.
Mission Zach, come on, y'all. Turn me up.
And watch out. Got him. My ult's ready.
Come on, let's go!
Look, y'all, come on.
Sorry, bro.
Shutting them down.
Someone's B.
Flash.
Yo, why did the skeleton cannot die to fire, bro?
The hunt begins.
Why does, yo, chat, like,
One enemy remaining.
I did not know you cannot burn, bro.
Someone's mint. Gun here.
Spike carrier is down.
Spike down mid.
Reyna so 1 HP. Reyna so it was so 1 HP.
30 seconds left.
Flashbang. Time to die. Don't make a fuss.
Hey, can I have that skin again?
I'll survive a dent or two. Can't say the same for you fragile units.
Hey, I'll buy you Vandal. If you can drop it.
Need a drop. Thank you.
Thank you.
I might gotta run on this part. I might gotta just strictly run on this part.
Time to explode.
Nah, you good.
Watch your eyes!
Bomb buddy out.
Gotta go.
Suppressing. One suppressed. Flag it.
Get out of my way.
Wait, chat, and it's like a secret. And it's like a secret slate.
Spike down mid. Last player standing.
Walk up. Right there, they're gonna be on the left. Yeah, right there. Go. Yeah, good, good, good. Get behind that box. Yeah, peek that right
Let's
there.
beat the boss level. Y'all,
Shoot,
chat, y'all
shoot,
ready
shoot,
to
shoot.
boss level, man?
30 seconds left.
Peek. Open peek.
You wanna lose there, or your name is Kristen Ramachi, bro?
Yes, you got this, Omen.
Let's go.
That's not true. They are there.
Ace.
Ah, you're good. You're good, Omen.
Let's go.
Hi. Fight's not over, you know.
Yeah, can I have that skin again?
I need this. Need a drop. Thank you.
I kinda suck. I don't know why. KO. I'm kinda bad. That's the same.
I'm out of here. Here we go.
Flashbang.
What the fuck?
Knife deployed.
All I gotta do is calm down. All I gotta do.
Spike planted. That's done.
80 Sova.
One enemy remaining.
Guys, you guys got this against Rainy. Rainy's got nothing on you guys.
Please, bro. Please.
Good job, woman.
Calm down, Speed. I just gotta calm. I swear to God, I just gotta calm down, bro.
I will fulfill my purpose.
Glad you guys skin again.
Need a drop.
No, I gotta get that. I gotta get that. I got. No, I gotta get
Thank
it.
you.
Fuck.
Motherfucker, bruh.
I didn't get the Vandal. Neon. Can I have the Vandal?
Chad, can I go for it, bro? Can I go for it? bro?
Reloading. Thank you, Neon.
I might go for it.
Don't
bro.
worry.
God, Chad,
I'll
can I
keep
go
them
for it?
quiet. Cover
Suck
going
it,
out.
scan.
Cover going out.
Someone's B.
Go, go, go.
Come on, let's go. Joke's over. You're dead. Go, man. Someone's B.
I'm out of here.
One enemy remaining.
Flash. Stealing sight. Suppress it. One suppressed.
Up there somewhere.
Our spike's down.
Spike down B.
The hunt begins.
Reyna's 1 HP. Reyna's 1 HP. Because I forgot her 1 HP. Oh,
Damn, you are insane.
don't spam with Vandal. Tap with it.
Last round before the switch.
Spend everything. We keep nothing. Need a drop. I can buy.
Take a field shit in somebody's fucking yard. And like, man.
Shadows traveling. Cover going out.
Go, go, go.
Sight.
Many enemies B.
Obstacle removed. Flashbang.
Someone's B.
Chad, once I found a solution.
Someone's B.
It's I.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Come on. Once I find a, come on now. Once I find a problem, let's get it.
Spike planted.
What I tell you? What I tell you? What I tell you? Now let's beat his ass.
120 Reyna goes
Come on,
crazy.
let's do the Devils right now. Let's beat him now. Let's
Guys,
get it.
just tap with Vandal. Tap with Vandal.
Come on now. Y'all ready?
Oh, I suck at
Switching
this.
sides.
Y'all ain't ready, chat. Come on, y'all.
You
turn
want me
up.
serious? You got it.
Come on, let's beat his ass. Come on.
Bro. I suck at this game.
No! You fat motherfucker!
Reload him.
Maybe they're pacifists.
Shutting them down.
I only almost aced, but their B go with Omen, go with Omen.
Blinding.
We beat the game, man. Ah, bro.
Someone's
We beat the game, bro.
Enemy spotted B. Remove.
It's more? Oh.
Get him.
We beat the...
Spike planted.
Like, you see this
Reloaded.
shit?
Phoenix is pretty low.
Like, you see this? God, we beat the game. Fine.
Rain is down.
One enemy remaining.
We beat the game.
Shadows traveling.
It's more?
Last player standing.
It's right there. Jet's right there.
Clutch.
Remember,
Good. I sold.
bullets
I sold.
hurt.
My bad. I sold. My bad. Thank you for the classic skin. Whoever did it.
Danae donated $1.99 for super chat. Love.
Oh, man. Big. $100 don't know. My man's VSN cool. Man, shout out to you, dog. Shout out to my man's VSN cool.
Shutting them down.
Shout out to my man's VSN cool. Shout out to you, bro. Who is Joe? I don't know. Alright, let's beat this game real quick, man. Too easy, y'all. Let's beat this game quick and easy.
Guys, they're mid.
Too easy.
Omen. They're all right here. Omen, they're.
Yo, like, why does they have these fat
Guys, help.
like,
Help.
Stealing sight.
Like, come on now, bro. This game too easy, bro. I should not be losing at
They're
all.
all right here.
I should not be losing at all in this game, yo. I should not be losing at all. It should be simple and easy, bro.
Multiple enemies A.
Spike planted.
Rain is down.
Target 86.
Joke's over. You're dead.
Last player standing.
Come on, man.
Don't start resting. Still work to do. I need a drop.
Does anyone have a Spectre skin? Oh, KO.
Need a drop. Thank you.
Thank you, KO. KO, you have all the good skins.
Reload him.
Got him. It's too loud. Is that better? Is that better, chat?
Knife deployed. 3 suppressed.
Dummy.
Spike down B.
That's help.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
See, like the little shit that just be happening in this game. That's like there's nothing I can do about. Like, you know, I'm out of this run. Like, oh my god, bro, I don't even care, bro. I don't even care, bro. I don't even care, bro.
Grenade!
I don't even care, bro. I'm out of this speed run. I'm speed running.
Oh,
I ain't gonna lie, I'm speed running.
I was 17.5.1. Okay.
Twitchy here. Let's go already.
Hey, KO. I'll
Oh
buy
yeah.
you.
Need a drop.
No, Spectre.
Need a drop. Thank
Okay,
you.
you know what? I gotta chill out.
Thank you.
Calm down. All right, so like, check. Calm down, okay? Just calm down. Calm down, okay? Just calm down, okay?
Bro, how much money did you spend on your account?
Calm down. Every time I get mad, I play worse. Just calm down.
Suppress it.
No.
4 suppressed.
Oh my gosh.
Come on, let's go.
Coming through. Spike planted.
Dang, 3,000 in back tax? Holy fuck.
Blinding.
What in the fuck?
Blind and dead. My ultimate is
Nah,
ready.
man. I mean, it's cool, but $3,000
player
in back
standing.
Oh my
tax?
god.
Bro,
Jet's blank.
what do you... Nah, man.
Jet's right there.
I'm cool, man.
Yeah, bro. And then Jets to the left. Jets to the left.
Oh my God.
Run. Just run. Kill him from right there. Right there. He's right there. Good job, Bowman. It's fine, even though you didn't get...
My advice: don't get shot.
Bro, can I just have Vandal at this point?
Let's go.
Need a drop. Thank you.
Oh, damn, man.
Next round, Neon. Can you buy KO Vandal so you can give it to me? If I pop off with Vandal. Please, Neon, because you have so many credits.
Knife deployed.
5 stack, mid.
It's actually goddamn bad, bro. I'm not gonna lie, dog. This game is like actually fucking bad, dog.
I hit 3 of them 40.
Swear to God, I'm fine. Bro, Chris. Wait, how does your knuckle go that far? Bro, can I go down here?
To your right, on that right there.
Can I go down the sand right here?
Spike planted.
On your left, up there, up there.
Player standing.
Can I go down the sand?
Damn.
You can?
Ingat ka. Don't get stabbed. Bad way to
Okay,
go.
Neon, gift KO. KO request. And then Neon buy KO, and then
You can.
Neon buy KO, please. No, you're too rich. You're 8,000 credits, please.
That's so fucking weird. I swear. See?
Thank you.
I need Vandal.
Let's go.
Thank you.
I'm out of here.
Knife deployed.
Let's go.
Round's ready. Enemy and attacker spawn. Target down. Here we go again. Annihilated.
Reloaded.
Spike down B. One enemy remaining.
Grounded. My ult's ready.
Fuck, I cannot.
Next time, mind the heavy machinery.
See, Neon, I popped off with that Vandal. 3 kills.
Fight till
One
the end.
match.
No matter what.
Neon. Who do we have, Vandal?
Fortnite.
Thank you, KO.
Fortnite.
Saving.
KO, you're the best.
I'm like about to fucking go crazy. I'm not tripping. Like dead ass. Like seriously, bro.
Shutting them down. 3 suppressed.
Here we go.
That was on me right there. I tried to jump.
Bad guy down. My ult's ready. Got him.
Joke's
Let him
over.
mace.
You're
Let him
dead.
mace. Let him mace. Let him mace. Never mind.
I'm really not on it, bro. Seriously.
Let
One
me
enemy
in.
remaining. Last player standing.
You got this.
Spike
I
down A.
tried.
Grenade! Here comes the pack!
Guys, Breach is pretty good with that off, not gonna lie.
Please stay alive. I hate making new friends.
Okay, I'll buy you. Okay, I'll buy you.
Need a drop. Thank you.
Thank you, KO. Well, I feel kind of bad for you because you're giving me all your money. And I'm kind of selling.
Suppress it.
Omen. Omen. You got this.
Yo, I swear, bro, who made this goddamn game? Grenade! Bro, when I was 8 years old, someone's missing. So easy. 8.
One enemy remaining. Spike down mid.
Gotta go.
Let's go. I never got this far.
Neon, hush. Hey, Omen, you gotta watch my back. Just know, Omen, yeah, sit there while I'm just gonna peek on Spike. Jeez. Neon, bro,
That's it, break time.
Get off the game, bro. Like, I'm about to...
New fight, new tactics, keep it fresh, yeah?
Oh no.
Let's
Guys,
get
if you
this
see
done.
Breach peeking with an off, do not peek him. He's super good with that.
Go.
Knife deployed.
Mid.
I'm out of here.
Mid.
I can do this all day.
Put your eyes!
He has a judge. He's a judge.
Reloading. Go,
I'm
go,
gonna
go.
flank them, guys.
Spike down mid. One enemy remaining.
Spike's here.
Off your feet!
1 HP.
You had it coming.
Good job. I got all of them pretty low.
Everyone's motor functions okay? I know humans get tired.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Best Mario player alive. Stop playing with me. Best Mario player alive. Stop playing. And we in the dark with it. Too.
Suppress it.
Uh-oh. We in the dark with it too.
5 stack mid.
Might gotta go slow. Uh-oh. It's a little dark.
This way. Gotta go.
No one walks away.
Reload him. Someone's B.
Get him.
They're all aiming for me. Pick up my Vandal Neon. Neon, pick up. Yeah, there you go. Silva 89.
Oh.
Go reload.
Spike
Do not
down
reload.
B.
Reloading.
Okay, reload. Never mind. Neon, reload. Neon, reload. Good.
Last player standing.
Baby peek.
One enemy
Oh,
remaining.
wait. Get ready. I go fast.
Need a drop. Thank you.
I bought you. I bought you. That was me. I bought you. I promise you. I bought you that time.
Need a drop. Shutting them down.
Mid. They're mid. They're hard mid.
I see how I did that, though, bro. I see how I did that, though, bro. That's what I'm talking about, bro.
Here we go.
Nowhere to run.
Enemy missed.
Just watch it, bro.
Spike planted.
Careful now.
The luck.
Going up.
Reloading.
Grenade. Coming through.
Reloading.
Watching here.
One enemy remaining. Clutch. Match point.
Surrounded by minha
That vandal
família.
again.
We won't lose.
Thank you. Need a drop. Thank you.
Guys, I'm sorry. I'm selling.
It's only one
Careful
more person
here.
left. I cannot die to this little turtle right here. Let's go.
I'm selling, guys. I'm sorry.
Let's go.
Can't really get you this round.
Let's go.
Guys, 5 stack B. I don't care. 5 stack B.
Force suppressed.
5 stack B. No one go away.
Do you know what you look like? You're bald head.
Never mind.
Grenade.
I'm out of here.
Cancel.
We got this, guys.
It's not that hard. Yo, Russ,
Loosen up. My ult's ready. Here comes the party. Satchel out. Satchel out.
Spike planted.
what is this part? I never played this.
Joke's over. You're dead.
I don't remember this part of the game, bro. Y'all remember this?
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Aiming for me. Guys,
Attackers win.
Bruh, oh man, you should have just waited, man. You could have blinded Phoenix, he would have gotten scared and you could have just gone. But no, you didn't want to do that.
What is that?
But whatever. Signing out.
It's not pre-recorded, bro. Bobby Short, shut up. I see you in my chat spamming. Nigga, nothing pre-recorded, bro. Please shut up. Who is shooting that magic?
Bro, I'm gonna turn on my fan full blast.
Hold on, would have been sick off would have made that.
There we go.
Bro, this magic is in the way. It's not pre-recorded, bro. Chill. It's not pre-recorded, y'all.
What is this?
ain't to kiss the camera for me, boy.
Huh?
Not for recording.
I don't know what this is. Okay. It's pretty cool.
Get it, get it, get it, get it! Get it! Wait, I got a secret passage. What is this over here?
Here. Put that. And pop this. Ah, there's no space. I already have this, so we can do that. I don't need this. What else do we not need? Fuck it, we'll put this on. Yeah, we'll put it on as like, you know, if I ever want to use it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Whatever.
I need to get that, 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 I need to get that.
Dang, 73. Holy macaroni and cheese.
Are you shitting me?
It's alright.
Damn, I gotta win a fight, bro. I gotta win a fight, dog. It's not pre-recorded. Yo, Brian, shut up. Damn, I gotta win this fight, bro.
I don't know why it's raining.
Hey, let me tell you something.
Pouring outside, and now I got no place to be.
Like, don't, like, come on, man.
No matter what you're saying, what you do. Okay, hold on, wait a minute. All good. Just a week ago, cooped in my house on the radio. Maybe bounce around every time. Lying, not. Oh, why is you lying? $20 out of 59. Come on, let me in. This guy's speedrunning.
Get into these corners. Probably can skip down.
Crawling depths. Yeah, we can do this, I guess. Follow everybody so we can get some XP. Hopefully we can get a Doku no Ken. Possibly. Oh, they're already there? Holy shit. You're quick. I got a pee bag. That's alright, that's alright. Perfect, we just got in just in time. What is this? Oh, a trickster set. Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, hold on, wait a minute. Oh, good. Just a week ago, Coop at my house on the radio. That's my favorite song. Maybe bounce around. Sorry, I'm trying to find a fucking good video to watch.
The groundbreaking 3D platformer that Super Mario 64. The groundbreaking 3D platformer that changed the gaming world forever. As a lifelong fan of this game, oh, we're not really.
This plaque doesn't really say anything. The only. Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not gonna waste your time with a stupidly long intro. You can probably understand how these iceberg images work, and you definitely know what Mario 64 is. The only thing I want to explain before we get into it is in the bottom left I'm gonna have a little health meter corresponding to how confident I am in my explanation of whatever thing I'm talking about. Full health is I 100% know exactly what I'm talking about and I'm fully confident that it's accurate, and zero health means it's just a shot in the dark and I have no idea what I'm talking about. So let's just jump right into it. L is Real 2401. This is a classic, famous rumor relating to the plaque in the castle courtyard that has the star above it. Some people think that this plaque says L is Real 2401, hinting at maybe Luigi being in the game or the release date of Paper Mario in North America. In reality, this plaque doesn't really say anything. The texture is only 32 by 32 pixels, so even extracting it from the game, you can't really make out what it says. If I had to guess, I would say it says Eternal Star, but again, it probably just says nothing. The Space World 95 beta. Space World was sort of a public exhibition sort of thing, where Nintendo would show off upcoming video games, and of course, Mario 64 was shown at Space World 1995, 1 year before it was eventually released. This is one of the most famous video game betas out there, with tons of footage of it existing around the internet, and that's probably why it's on the top level of this iceberg. Whomp's Fortress Tower 1-Up. In Whomp's Fortress, if you punch the back of the tower that appears after you've defeated King Womp, there will be a 1-up. Most players wouldn't probably think to punch it on their first playthrough, but in terms of obscure secrets, it's paradoxically pretty well known. Bob-omb Battlefield Bridge hanging. On the underside of this bridge in Bob-omb Battlefield, you can hang to it like any of the other climbable ceilings in this game. There's pretty much no reason to actually do this, which is why it's kind of obscure. Half A presses and parallel universes. Now, I could make a stupid, tired joke at the expense of Pan Koek or TJ Henry Yoshi, but God knows both of them are sick of this by now. So I'm just gonna basically summarize some of the stuff that's in the video, but honestly, Panen does such a better job at explaining it than I ever could. Basically, a parallel universe is a copy of the geometry of any Super Mario 64 level that exists way out in the distance relative to the regular level. Normally, in a casual playthrough, you would never ever be able to access these, and these are only useful in terms of things like the 0 A presses runs. Half A presses are basically just a notation used in isolation. So what Panen describes in his video is that in Watch for Rolling Rocks, he does the entirety of that star with the A button held down. So he notes it as 0.5 A presses, but he says in a full game run that it would just be counted as 1 A press. People in the comments section seem to not understand this to this day, saying that no, you can't, the button is not analog, you can't have half an A press, whereas he specifically says it only exists in isolation of that specific star and tool-assisted speedrun. Impossible Coin / Goomba. This is another Panen Koek topic. Super Mario 64 has a few coins that are not collectible. One of them exists in Tiny Huge Island because one of the coins spawns underneath part of the level, and in the final Bowser level, there is a triad of Goombas,
I'm gonna try this.
One of them spawns where there is no ground, so he appears at the death barrier, and his coin cannot be collected. Again, just watch the video Panen Koek put out on this that he did a couple years ago. Big Boo unused text. There's a piece of text within the game that goes unused that says,
"Hee hee hee, you're mine now, hee hee. I'll pass right through this wall. Can you do that? Heh heh heh."
You can make NPCs say this extremely easily, but it's unknown as to why it went unused. Maybe the Boo in the castle would have said this. When it comes to things like this, there's not much we can do but speculate. Don't become his lunch. In Hazy Maze Cave, there's a sign that says, "A gentle sea dragon lives here. Pound on his back to make him lower his head. Don't become his lunch." The first two sentences make sense, but the last sentence seems to contradict the first one. Dory can't even harm you in this game. Honestly, it was probably just the translators having some fun, since Dory might look a bit scary to a small child playing this game. Mirror Room. The Mirror Room in the upstairs floor of the castle is where Snowman's Land is accessed, but many players naturally want to go through or behind the mirror. There actually is collision back there, but no way to access it other than maybe backwards long jumping. In the DS remake, you actually have to enter the mirror to find Wario as well as a secret star. Dancing Flowers. Mario 64 has a few weather effects, such as snow, as well as lava bubbles in Lethal Lava Land and Bowser in the Fire Sea. The lava bubbles basically stick to the floor, or in this case the lava, and play their bubbling animation. There exists a similar effect in which flowers will stick to the floor and play a dancing animation. Volcano blocks. A bunch of cubes are just thrown about near the star platform inside the Lethal Lava Land volcano. They're probably just there for decoration, but, you know, they're on this image anyway, might as well explain them. Secret Aquarium. I don't know why this one is on here. You literally need to go there to get all 120 stars. You can backwards long jump into these fish tanks, but there isn't anything there.
Let's leave
Ghoul
the
Metal.
tops inside.
In Big Boo's Haunt, there's a signpost that says, "You don't stand a ghost of a chance in this house. If you walk out of here, you deserve
the Ghoul Medal."
This is literally just a pun on the word gold medal. Yellow cap switch. The 3 cap switches in the game, the red, the green, and the blue one, are all actually the same object, but each color switch just has a different parameter set. There does exist a 4th yellow switch in the game, much like the ones from Super Mario World, and would have unlocked Koopa shells. Broken paintings. There are several paintings in the upper floor of the castle that don't act as level warps, some of which are direct copies of existing paintings on other floors. If you ask me though, it's just Nintendo being resourceful with their textures, and chose to give the upstairs walls some more flair. HMC Alcove. There are a few little ledges in the Toxic Maze that don't lead out of the maze. Presumably they exist as a means of letting players breathe for a bit, and without their health draining as they navigate the maze. E.T. in the Pyramid. The hieroglyphs in the Shifting Sandland Pyramid have the letters E.T. on the right side. Ignoring the conspiracy of aliens built the pyramids, this was either just a random bit of humor snuck in, or the letters were placed there at random by the Japanese texture artists without any thought of their significance.
I don't know.
Jolly Roger Bay Vanishing Fog. This one is interesting. When you first enter Jolly Roger Bay, there's a subtle fog that rests above the water, and the skybox has a sort of yellow-green hue to it. After collecting the first star, it goes away forever, and doesn't come back even if you select star 1 again. You have to start a new file just to see it again. It's honestly very overlooked, and not as pronounced as the other details in levels such as
laptop is 100%. That's what we hope for. Phone charge.
Is the Womp's Fortress Pyramid appearing, or the Big Dud. After defeating King Bob-omb, one of the pink Bob-ombs will say, "Thank you, Mario, the Big Bob-omb is nothing but a big dud now." Additionally, the pit that previously only had 2 steel balls rolling around it has 3 in it, and it'll only go back down to having 2 if you select the first star and fight King Bob-omb again. Yoshi's Saddle. In every official picture of Yoshi, the saddle or shell on his back has a white outline. In Super Mario 64, it is entirely red. Even stranger is that the rim of the saddle is actually modeled, but colored red instead of white. Yoshi's polygons are colored by the game itself, and the only textures he uses are for his eyes. Bugged fire texture. When Mario is burned, the smoke textures that spawn behind him are meant to look different than the ones shown in game. It's extremely subtle, and unless it's been pointed out to you, you'd assume that's how it was intended to look. Unagi's Tunnel. In Jolly Roger Bay, Unagi the eel has a small hole that he emerges from. There's actually a tunnel behind it that is fully modeled, but Mario has no way of accessing it, and it's unlikely that a normal player would even see it. Blarg. Blargs are enemies that appeared in Super Mario World, and a couple other Mario games before Super Mario 64 would be released. An untextured model of a Blarg exists in Super Mario 64, along with a few animations, and it can be reinserted into Lethal Lava Land with a simple code. "Shh, please walk quietly in the hallway" is a rather obscure sign that exists on the upper floor of the castle. No idea what this one means. Mips throwing. The rabbit that appears in the castle can't be thrown normally. It can be thrown underwater. This is only possible if you clip through a door and bring Mips into the room with the 2 pillars. A 1996 developer interview also showed that Mario was able to throw Mips by the ears earlier on in
You're selling
JRB
a
box.
deco
This
for
box
1k
on the Jolly Roger
power.
Bay ship has some weird collision on it, and it can do weird amounts of damage to you if you just kind of look at it wrong. It's really just such a strange object because most players would just walk right past it without even thinking. And it doesn't really pose much of a challenge even for new players. Womp King turns into the castle. King Womp complains that Womps are used to build things, and after he dies, a castle is built where he once was. If you want to be more morbid, maybe they used his body to lay the foundational brickwork.
That's basically what he's asking for. It's a
Hi,
candy
we're
coated
Visible,
armor.
the wireless company that makes things visible. With us, what you...
I don't even know. Can I make another
Wet Dry World Skybox.
candy coated armor?
Wet
you think?
Dry World is a unique level in a couple of ways, and it's one of the few where the skybox is not shared with any other level in the game. According to a tweet from Super Mario Broth, it's an edited photo of
I
Casa
do want a
in
deck.
Spain. This also relates to the skyboxes are photographs point on the iceberg. Debug menu names. By inputting a specific cheat code, you can access a hidden level select in Mario 64. This level select contains a beta version of the title screen, as well as a bunch of
I wanna
different
keep at
names
least
for
one
all of the
shield.
levels in the game. Mainly these are just shortened versions and or different names of all the existing levels. Anyone who's
Boom.
coded anything will tell you that using shorthands for names of things is extremely common. True locations of the painting worlds. Like with most video
Alright.
games, we rarely stop to think such benign
Where's the guy?
questions as, I wonder where this specific level is in the Mario universe. However, Whomp's Fortress returning in Mario Galaxy 2 implies that the paintings are sending Mario to real locations instead of him just literally entering a world that only exists within that painting. For example, if the painting in Whomp's Fortress was destroyed, Whomp's Fortress would still exist independent of it, and the same could be said for any of the other painting worlds. Tiny Huge Island also seems to be similar to the Giant Land from Super Mario Bros. 3, specifically the one level where you can change between the big and the small version, and Tall Tall Mountain may harken back to the athletic levels from the first Super Mario Bros. I guess I should also just go over Tower of the Wing Cap true location here as well, since that's also on the same level of the iceberg. Tower of the Wing Cap has buildings nearby, which implies
Want
that
to
they're
buy
connected to a
CC?
piece of land far
Let me
below.
see.
But of course we don't know anything about the land down there. Haunted dirt texture. Some people claim to see a face in this dirt texture
okay.
in Bob-omb Battlefield, but I don't see anything. Maybe the iceberg image is referring to a completely different dirt texture, but honestly, if you guys see anything, please let me know, because I straight up don't notice anything in this. Lethal Lava Land painting fireball. While there's no shortage of fire in Lethal Lava Land, none of the fireballs in the game have faces. It does closely resemble the fireballs that rain down on Mario in the final battle in Super Mario World. Island in the distance. In the Bob-omb Battlefield skybox, there are a few islands way out there, obviously inaccessible since they're just part of the sky texture. Mario enters Wet Dry World early in the Got Milk commercial. I don't think that this is true because in the Got Milk commercial Mario has 37 stars, and while Wet Dry World is in the upper floor of the castle, getting to the second Bowser level only requires 30 stars
what
to
can you
open
do
the
with
door,
G-Live?
as well
You
as the
cannot buy
1
a
star
deck
that's
card.
required you collect in Dire Dire Docks. So it's entirely possible that you can get upstairs with only 31 stars, let alone 37. Zelda 64 beta assets in Wet Dry World. Ocarina of Time, known as Zelda 64 earlier on, was in development around the same time as Super Mario 64, and the two series just generally have a lot of shared history, as being two of Nintendo's biggest. A few screenshots of the Zelda 64 beta kind of resemble Mario 64, specifically Wet Dry World, and these doors are almost the exact same. There's also the famous Space World 95 video of Zelda 64, where a very different looking Link is fighting a copy of himself with none other than Metal Mario's texture. Bob-omb Village. I think the iceberg image is referring to this image, which depicts a bunch of Bob-ombs in an empty field next to some unknown figure. In the Nintendo 64 development kit, there apparently existed a man with a sombrero, so this could just be him. Come to think of it, it is kind of weird how Mario is the only human to set foot in any of the levels. Secret Slide Dimensional Rift. I guess this might be referring to the fact that the slide in the castle is way, way too big to actually fit inside of the castle. I don't know, it's a video game, it doesn't have to really make that much sense. Like, Mario goes in the paintings and stuff and no one questions it. Whomp's Fortress Interior. Fortresses are usually built in order to protect things, but you can't go inside of Whomp's Fortress. The Japanese name is essentially the same, but it could be read as Whomp King's Fortress or Castle, but like they probably just named it that after they built the level. In Galaxy 2 you actually can enter the center in order to fight King Whomp. Side note, but if you want a ROM hack that lets you play a reimagined version of Whomp's Fortress, and that lets you go inside of the fortress, play Whomp's Castle by Phaleg. The end screen. I've heard a few people say that the perspective on the end cake screen looks kind of weird, and I can't deny that in the background, if you look closely, there's some weird thing that kind of looks like a weird Yoshi. Rainbow Ride's Village. Super Smash Bros. Melee has a recreation of Rainbow Ride from Mario 64, and in the background, there's a tiny little town on a mountainside, which is not present in Mario 64. Yoshi commits suicide. After collecting 120 stars and getting up on top of the castle, you can talk to Yoshi. He will give you 99 lives and jump into the horizon, which some people interpreted as him committing suicide. Removed courses. A total of 32 levels were planned for the game, but there are only 15 main courses, as well as 8 other levels, making that 23 levels in total. Big Boo's Secret Laugh. In Big Boo's Haunt, you can sometimes hear a lower-pitched version of the Boo laugh used in the game. 120 has spiritual significance. Apparently, the number 120 is something called an angel number, and whenever it shows up in your life, it serves as a message from angels that it's time to take initiative in a creative undertaking or something. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you, I have no fucking idea what this means. You can assign meaning to any numbers that you want. 120 is not unique in this regard. So, I mean, sure, I guess 120 has spiritual significance, but spoiler alert, I don't really believe in this. Cold Crevice. There's a sign in Cool Mountain that refers to a place called Cold Crevice down below. This doesn't really mean anything, and it's just a nice little bit of alliteration. Moving on. Mario 64 is Freemason Initiation. The game begins in a Masonic hall, where there is a checkerboard floor, symbolic of the world of polarized opposites, the physical world on which the ritual is based. There's also a solar disc, red carpet, and the hall is 3 layers. The coins in the game are actually pentacles, and they are the coins from tarot and occult symbolism. In this game, you play the role of a Mercury-type character traveling to the Earth in between the realms. The thread goes on to basically describe a bunch of shit that is, you can kind of link it to Freemasonry, but I mean, it's like, come on, dude. How Bowser got into the castle with his sub. In Dire Docks, there's this hole that leads to the outside of the castle, which some people have theorized is how Bowser got his submarine in there. Big Boo's Haunt Forest. When Mario enters Big Boo's Haunt, he's actually entering into that little cage that comes out of the Big Boo in the courtyard. So why does it change from a regular sunny day to a nighttime forest? Well, my theory for this is that since he's shrunk down to the size of the cage, the blades of grass around him and sticks and stuff look like a forest to him. That doesn't really explain why it's suddenly nighttime, but hey, no theory's perfect. Original resolution textures. Mario 64 textures are, at their biggest, only 32 by 64 pixels wide, which is tiny in comparison to the textures that are used in video games and stuff today. Now, it is entirely possible that Nintendo may have created their own textures from scratch, but they could have also used textures that used to be much higher resolution, before crunching them down to fit on the N64 cartridge. But it seems that we might never actually know what these original textures looked like. Ally with info. A toad on the upper floor of the castle says, "Here, let me tell you a little something about the castle. In the room with the mirrors, look carefully for anything that's not reflected in the mirror." But in the DS version, they changed the end of that line to say, "Look carefully for anything that's not reflected in the mirror." And an ally with info. I think this is a vague hint that you need to use the power flower in order to pass through the mirror. And I guess in the Mario universe, it wouldn't be too unreasonable that a toad would consider a flower to be an ally of his. I would have said that the toad is referring to Wario, since you need to enter the mirror to access the level where he's imprisoned, but the Toad will still repeat the ally with info line if you're playing as Wario. The Toads have unique dialogue that depends on which character you're using, so it's not like they just copied over the dialogue they used for Mario. It was an intentional thing that they left in. Metal Mario texture. Initially, I wasn't sure what the Metal Mario texture could be, but eCumber on Twitter made an amazing discovery about the origin of this texture, so please give them a follow, because this part of the video wouldn't exist without them. Basically, eCumber was looking through a dump from a Silicon Graphics indie, which was a workstation that was used at the time, and they found this image. If you flip the image upside down and squish it down to be 64 by 32 pixels, it's almost an exact match for the Metal Mario texture used in game. Wet Dry World, Negative Emotional Aura. Okay, this one is one that I feel very strongly about, because for some reason whenever I play Mario 64, I just kind of want to stop when I hit Wet Dry World. You know, it's just such a weird feeling level. It feels almost claustrophobic, I guess. So Wet Dry World is composed of two different parts. The main part where you are raising and lowering the water level and there's like secrets and stuff, and there are all these little enemies running around that like flip you around and stuff. And there's the little town part. Now as a kid, I don't think I ever actually got to access the town without like looking it up. And even today it's like kind of weird and cumbersome to get to because you have to raise the water level, lower the water level, blah blah blah. And once you're in that town, you can't really get out, and it's all, like, boxed in. So the level feels, again, claustrophobic. And there's just, I don't know, it just feels, again, it feels like there's a negative emotional aura there that I can't really explain. I guess maybe the music, combined with the very dull visuals, combined with the weird skybox and the feeling of being boxed in, it just feels so weird. And it, like, I'm very glad that at least one other person in the world feels this way about Wet Dry World, because it's a weird level. Peach is behind the stained glass window. The stained glass painting at the front of the castle is certainly iconic. But once you go inside, you'll notice that the texture that they use for the interior version is actually slightly different. So there's the belief that this isn't actually a window with just two sides. There's a little tiny area inside there. And at the very end of the game, when Peach finally spawns in front of the castle, there's the belief that she was actually behind the stained glass the whole time. It makes sense in the context of Mario 64. The whole game you're entering paintings, and stained glass is, well, it's not a painting, it's a piece of art, so Peach being trapped inside there thematically would make sense. Toad's literally trapped inside the walls. A few Toads in the game verbatim say the lines, "We're trapped inside the castle walls," or "The princess is trapped somewhere in the walls," and even Bowser in the final fight says that your friends are trapped in the walls. Again, this might just be a figurative thing, but what's more interesting to me is, I'm sure most of you know this, that the first Super Mario Bros. Game, Bowser turns Toads into bricks, and, you know, when Mario smashes the bricks, people think that, oh, he's murdering them, but no, he's just freeing them from the bricks or something. The point is, I would like to believe that if you were to take this line literally, Bowser has again turned the Toads into bricks, and they are literally part of the walls now. Hazy Maze Cave is the castle's septic system. This is kind of just a meme. The Hazy Maze Cave room, you could interpret it as a fucking toilet, because the walls have like pipes there. It's kind of gross, I guess. There's this image which I hate looking at it, but I'm gonna make you look at it too. So there you go. Bowser broke the door. The door that leads out of the castle courtyard has a layer of bricks around it, which could imply that they had to be placed there after the door had been broken through, as they mismatch the colors of the rest of the wall. The possible hole that these bricks are filling is suspiciously Bowser-sized. Forbidden door. Possibly just the one in the mirror room again. I think I've talked about that door like 3 times so far. Wiggler's body parts are used in the Bowser fights. The yellow spheres that border the Bowser arenas look very similar to the ones that make up Wiggler's body. However, if you replace the texture that Wiggler uses for his body, the spheres around the Bowser arena won't change, and vice versa, meaning that they're not actually using Wiggler's body parts. Full Omen Archives.
44.
Okay, it's time for a bit of a history lesson here, so bear with me. In 1993, Silicon Graphics signed a deal with Nintendo to produce the GPU used in the Nintendo 64. Silicon Graphics also developed MIPS, standing for Microprocessor Without Interlocked Pipeline Stages, which is where MIPS the rabbit in Mario 64 gets his name from. The Omen Archive was a leak of Nintendo technical documents, which was perpetrated by a Silicon Graphics employee. The archive was a .rar file that was uploaded to the internet in 1999, titled omen.rar. Even the reason it's called Omen is unknown, but in short, this is the reason early Nintendo 64 emulation was able to exist. However, since these resources were obtained illegally, any emulator developer looking to use the Omen resources is liable to be sued due to using these illegally obtained materials. I'm no expert on the subject, so I implore you to do your own research on this topic, but that's basically a short history of the Omen archives. The June 29th, 1995 build. This was apparently a beta build of the game, which had a glitch where textures would rapidly flash, possibly causing seizures. There is very little information on this build of the game, if it exists at all. The first time the public laid eyes on Mario 64 was in November of 1995, months after the supposed June 29th build. Ironically, the circulation of this iceberg image has filled all the search results of this build with more fan-made stuff than any actual evidence of this build's existence, so for the time being, I'm gonna say that this build isn't real. I should mention that from this point forward, a lot of the content on this iceberg is mostly made up for the sake of being creepy or mysterious. Now, I'm all in favor of shitposting for the sake of perpetuating creepy myths, but the purpose of this video is to be educational about Mario 64, so I'll mostly be skipping over the bullshit ones. Mario 64 is definitely personalized though, that one is 100% true. The Wario apparition. Okay, I love the Wario apparition as much as the next guy, but this was not an actual thing that happened in Mario 64. This image on the side of the iceberg only exists because of a 1996 Nintendo E3 conference, in which Wario's face is superimposed on top of Mario 64, where he insults the game in true Wario fashion.
Ah, this is terrible. Who would buy trouble like this anyway? Oh, what? You think this is fun? You gotta be cuckoo crazy. You want fun? Wario show you fun.
However, because of this line, the Wario apparition, there have been a bunch of fan creations around the internet with like weird, creepy Wario and Mario 64 things. It's really great. I'll link a few in the description or something. Toad projection. I couldn't find any information for this one, but my best guess would be that sometimes in the castle you can get the camera to misbehave, and you can see objects standing in an empty black void. I know for a fact that this works with the star doors, and I couldn't get it to work with Toad, but they're also objects, so in theory they should work. The Bowser Room. This is an edited image by Chris O'Neill of Oni Plays. I don't really watch Oni Plays, but there's some episode where they just talk about making this image back in the day. Nothing about it is real, so let's just move on. Brain diagram. Allegedly, there's some brain diagram hidden in the assets of Wet Dry World or possibly some other stage, but I could find no tangible evidence of this, and honestly, I've looked through all the textures in Mario 64 more times than I'm willing to admit, and there is no brain diagram that I know of. Course in the Bowser painting. There are several paintings of Bowser and Peach throughout the castle, and there are some of the few paintings that you can't enter. Of course, Bowser has 3 different levels to his name, but I guess that brings up the question. Which level would you enter if you could hop into Bowser painting? In the original, the background used is completely black, but in the DS version, it has sort of a greenish-gray background, which matches up most closely with the Bowser in the Dark World background. I guess it's fitting, since you first see the Bowser painting right before you're thrown into the Dark World.
Listen, I'm paying $14.99 a month for a streaming app and $9.99 a month for a music app.
Nah, man, I have Apple Music.
Delicious cake. A string of text in the Japanese
Apple
version
Music is
just
the
says
best.
delicious cake, and it's located in between the names for the secret aquarium and the
Unlike
castle secret
Spotify,
stars.
I don't know.
The only guess I could make is that the developers intended for there to be actual lines of text on the end cake screen.
Oh wait,
but
no, I don't
delicious
have the
cake
B
there as
one.
a
I have the
placeholder
Jack-o'-lantern.
decided not to enable the text and just left the delicious
Jack-o'-not.
cake string unedited, which honestly wouldn't be too out of the question. Internal plexus of the castle. The exterior of Peach's castle is actually way too small to contain the maps they were able to explore inside. This is standard video game stuff, and this video by Skelix illustrates this pretty well. I think this also relates to the secret slide dimensional rift thing that I mentioned earlier in the video. NFR cartridge differences. NFR cartridges, meaning not for resale, were copies that were sent out to stores so that customers could view or even play demos of them in the store. Some NFR carts were specifically made so that you'd be locked out of certain areas, or they may have even contained content that didn't make it into the final game. However, the NFR cartridge for Mario 64 has no differences than the one that was actually released, aside from the not for resale label on the cartridge. Miyamoto stole Mario 64 from Argonaut. Argonaut Games was a British development studio that worked with Nintendo in the SNES era, and their most famous game was probably Star Fox. In an interview with Eurogamer, Jez Sand, the founder of Argonaut, revealed that they had pitched the Yoshi game to Nintendo, which would have apparently been the world's first 3D platformer. Nintendo didn't want to take such a big risk with an outside company using their pre-existing characters, and the 3D Yoshi game never ended up being made. However, it did get repurposed to become Croc, which was released on the PS1 and Sega Saturn. Sand then went on to say in the same interview, quote, Miyamoto went on to make Mario 64, which had the look and feel of our Yoshi game, but with the Mario character, of course, and beat Croc to the market by around a year. Miyamoto came up to me at a show afterwards, and apologized for not doing the Yoshi game with us, and thanked us for the idea to do a 3D platform game. The thing is, though, I don't believe that Miyamoto completely stole the idea for a 3D platformer. Video games had been moving towards 3D at a gradual pace, and it seemed like the natural progression of how video games would evolve over time, and it makes complete sense that Nintendo would release a Mario game to help launch their new console. Jez Sand went on in the interview about some other stuff Nintendo did, and I won't deny that Nintendo definitely fucked Argonaut over in the end, but again, I wouldn't claim that Mario 64 was outright stolen from them. Shared nightmares. I'll leave you with a more thought-provoking one for last. Super Mario 64 was many people's first experience with a fully 3D game, and of course many people played it when they were kids. That also means it would naturally pop up into people's dreams over time as well. There are a select few moments in this game that stand out to many people as being creepy, intentional or not.
Super Mario 64, the groundbreaking 3D platformer that changed the gaming world forever. As a lifelong fan of this game, oh, we're not really talking about you yet, so maybe just wait. I can't help but notice this ever-evolving trend that seems to continuously reach new heights every time I go to revisit it. And that's what leads us to today's burning question, one that we're going to get down to the bottom of together. Why, of all games, has Mario 64 been the one to gain such a notorious reputation as a horror? Or better yet, how did this all happen? This was a game that I personally would spend countless hours in, simply, well, doing nothing really. The levels were incredibly large. The world felt infinite, almost like a dream. And the mysteries, they seem so abundant. You could spend days, months, or even years trying to solve some of these. But this wave of content finally led me to start questioning my own memories. Had I mistaken this limitless feeling for emptiness? After disregarding the creepypasta-style videos on YouTube and trying to not cave into any of this fan content for the better part of, I don't know, like 3 years now, I finally fell victim to the wormhole and returned to Super Mario 64 with a new perspective? This time around, being influenced to pick up on the alleged sense of dread, despair, and loneliness that players felt like haunted this world. Has it always felt this way? Or has the resurgence of this game's eerie aspects started to skew our view of the game? Well, to figure this one out, I think we're gonna have to go back to where it all began. But before we do that, I'm gonna have to ask you to go ahead and whack that subscribe button. And now that you've done that, let's dive in. The 1970s to the late 90s were a time of limitless creativity and innovation in the gaming industry. A time where every development team shared the common goal of attempting to create something so masterful that it would shape the future of gaming itself. Throughout these decades specifically is where we can selectively pick out the genre-defining games that would go on to shape the following generation of games to come. You know, like Pong, Doom, Street Fighter, Tetris? We can often trace back certain aspects such as, movement or mechanics or gunplay back to earlier titles. But for Mario 64, that isn't really the case. This game had broken the mold of what was thought to be possible and stands alone as a true, original, and defining experience. First conceived in the early 90s, while Shigeru Miyamoto was developing Star Fox for the SNES, knowing that this concept deserved more than what the SNES could offer at that time, Shigeru and the team ultimately made the decision to hold off on production, and instead would craft this game alongside the revolutionary tech that the N64 would bring to life. Not for the console's enhanced capabilities, but rather for the brand new controller featuring multiple buttons and a buttery smooth analog stick. And it came at a time when most platformers were limited by a stiff, clunky D-pad. Nintendo had taken the opportunity to bring a new level of precision and fluidity to gaming, elevating the player's ability to make those split-second decisions with ease. A decision that set the stage for a unique blend like no other. Much like how Wii Sports fits effortlessly with the Wii's motion controls, this game and its respective console being built together led to a certain level of hive mind harmony that even today's games still strive to achieve. And I mean, don't get me wrong here, Nintendo had been the leader of gaming innovation for quite some time, but it was really this game that sent users into awe. While it wasn't the first 3D platformer to ever exist, Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time alike were truly two of the first 2D games to be successfully brought to 3D while still holding on to their iconic feel and gameplay style. While Nintendo has many philosophies they stick to when creating their flagship games, Mario 64 was actually one that required Nintendo to go against one of their own, as instead of making the game with the sole intention of a player rushing to complete it, Mario 64 was built on the hope of players truly taking their time to explore and enjoy everything the game had to offer. And building it like this, Nintendo had to have known that this would inspire players to go that extra mile, to uncover hidden secrets that might otherwise go unnoticed. And perhaps that's why in modern times, 27 years after its initial release, it seems to appear from the ashes and run rampant on the internet within a different subgenre every few years.
That
Probably one of the
Soulbound,
most popular and well-known would be its unique and almost beautiful relationship with the speedrunning community. But this time, more specifically in the past few years, the world of Mario 64 had taken an unexpected turn online, to say the least. With many players now claiming that they had always felt something unsettling about the game. But is there really? Is there really something ominous about the game's intentions? From what I could gather, this all seemed to begin in early 2020. But don't get me wrong, for years fans have created this creepypasta-esque content surrounding the game, but I chose to start our story here, in early 2020, because it was really then that this trend resurged, rocketing to a height that I don't think anyone could have predicted. A few conversations between a small group of people seem to have really struck a chord with a surprisingly wide audience, and those conversations had been in regard to nightmares inspired by Mario 64. But strangely enough, these users found that a lot of the reported nightmares contain much of the same material. This phenomenon evolved further when these conversations made their way off the platform, with visual depictions of these alleged nightmares beginning to pop up on YouTube, with millions of users flocking to them. The best rendition of these found footage-esque clips has to come from Greenio's Super Mario 64 Classified series, where these clips would appear with nothing more than a date in the title. This washed-out footage that looks like as if someone had recorded their TV while playing the game allowed users to see Mario in a different light. Stepping away from the traditional vivid and imaginative landscapes that I recall exploring, we were now seeing posts like these appearing more often, and this was one of the main contributing factors that gave life to the upcoming trend that would see Mario 64 reborn as a horror game. And with the outbreak of this rumor now circulating, we'd start seeing images, theories, fan games, and even ARGs popping up around every corner, with all of these stemming back to the now infamous Super Mario 64 iceberg. All of these mysterious theories gathered together in one place at one time, just waiting to be dissected and brought to light. Of course, this iceberg had been popularized by creators such as Mish Cause and NESC Retro, with their palatable renditions.
Oh
of
no,
the
not the
iceberg.
fungal.
The timely resurgence for this game really starts to make sense when we take a step back
There's a
and view
layer
this time
of
period as
the
a whole.
thing.
2020 was at its core a year of uncertainty, and given the circumstances, this led
Where
a
did
lot
you
of people
pop
to seek
it?
escapism in the form of whatever
Oh.
entertainment was available at that moment. This is something to consider when we see the amplified reaction that followed two massive events for Nintendo
just need the
fans
bit
in
from
that
this.
same year. One of these events, of course, being the Nintendo Switch port of Mario 64. A lot of kids who didn't experience the game at the time of its initial release had now been exposed to everything it had to offer when it hit the console, which meant this new generation of players had taken their first steps into the castle, only to be met with ghostly inhabitants, frozen worlds trapped behind paintings, and an almost cruel sense of loneliness. With its initial release, the experience the game provided was not only groundbreaking, but visually impressive too. As time progressed and the limitations of what the N64 could offer graphically, really began to show, this time around, the eerie atmosphere of an early 3D world left a lasting impression on a rather vocal audience. An audience that had grown up with the likes of FNAF, not to mention the surge of other loosely related indie horror games with enough lore to drive you clinically insane. Therefore, it shouldn't really come as a surprise that this audience brought along a pile of new ideas and horror-like content that had gone on to alter the internet's perception of the game. But just adding more fuel on top of this fire was the groundbreaking Nintendo Giga Leak that had users flocking to a 4chan board where files could be found broken
Zero?
into two chunks, one for
Oh,
SNES
yeah. Hell
and another
no,
for
bro.
N64 games. Each
I'm
of
out.
these being filled with source code and development repositories for well over a dozen classic Nintendo games, ranging from games like, of course, Mario 64, but also Ocarina of Time, Mario Kart, A Link to the Past. They even violated my guy, Dr. Mario. And this meant an entire fan base was now running rabid to dissect and comb through every single line of code, asset, and secret hidden in these games. This was something that led a lot of users to begin posting and showing restricted gameplay from Mario 64, among other games, of course. All of this coming at a point when most players who enjoyed the base game growing up were now adults. And those adults were yearning for something a little more complex than what the original game maybe had to offer. And that was exactly what they had been granted, whether they liked it or not. Between an iceberg absolutely loaded with theories, social feeds filled with never-before-seen content, and an entirely new generation taking their first steps into the game, Mario 64's slow descent into the horror genre was really the culmination of several aspects meeting at the right place at the right time. This game, 27 years ago, brought with it a legacy of mysteries and rumors, traveling by word of mouth between players on the playground. The unknowns of video games largely remained secrets, partly due to the resources that we have today not being available, but also being solely available on cartridges left them more susceptible to corruption and damage. And with each player having their own personal cartridge to look after, it's exactly that aspect that had given rise to the unverifiable schoolyard rumor that inspired modern day
Oh
Super
my god,
Mario
I don't have a
64
Doku no Ken?
creepypastas to tap into the sense of the unknown.
Dude, no fucking
the
way.
unproven.
Wait,
The most
hold on.
prominent
No,
of
no,
these
no,
is
no.
what can be
That's
found at the
not real,
lowest
right?
level of the Mario 64 iceberg.
Are
An
you fucking
all-encompassing
serious? I
fan
don't have a
theory that
Doku no
gives
Ken?
explanation and reasoning for the entirety of the modern mystery. A theory that believes the Mario 64 you remember is not the same game that your friends remember, nor is it the same game that anyone else online
I don't have a
remembers.
Doku no
As
Ken.
with each user the game came into contact with, a personalized copy was born.
Fuck, yo.
Allegedly due to Nintendo's usage of an experimental personalization artificial intelligence system that would alter the
Fuck.
in-game world the more it became accustomed to your personal playstyle. Each decision, each micro interaction, each area explored, each area left unexplored. Every choice that you made
Do I have a
was being
blueprint for
watched
it?
and carefully calculated. As a community, there was enough common ground
No
within each
fucking
copy of the game for
way.
these changes to lie dormant, ultimately going undetected by the
I don't
player.
even
But
have
this
a
would create a
blueprint for it. That's
phenomenon that would give
fucking
reason to the
stupid.
unnerving and almost disassociated
Bro,
feeling
there's
that would
no
come from
way
playing
I
a
don't have
friend's
the Doku
copy
no
of the game.
Ken.
And the several almost Mandela
Really? I don't
effect-like
have it? I
anomalies
thought I
being
did.
reported by users. For example, the Golden Mario. This
Yo,
creature
I
is
don't
said to
even
take the
have
form
it.
of
What the
Mario with a
fuck?
gold-like texture applied and manifests as a boss fight against the player. But that's where
Dude, that
things
makes me
get
really
strange.
sad,
While
not
some
gonna
recall a
lie. I don't
boss
even
fight,
have a
others
Doku no
swear
Ken.
by a playable variant of Golden Mario. alleging that some personalized copies feature the gold cap, essentially making the player invincible and dealing enough damage to enemies to defeat them upon contact. Another one of these common anomalies that feeds into this theory is the birthday toad, a harmless and adorable little NPC that would hang out around Peach's castle, commonly replacing Toad within any floor. But upon speaking to the toad, instead of greeting you or letting out one of their specific NPC lines, this toad will say 999 days left, with no further explanation. The countdown has been a mysterious puzzle for players, with reports of it lasting a week for some, while others have waited a year or longer in eager anticipation. But when the time finally arrives, players have reported what feels like a surreal experience as they are transported to a dark room upon selecting their save file from the main menu. And it's inside this room that the birthday toad awaits, requesting for you to please light the cake. And if you choose to do so by turning around and grabbing the available match, the toad will say, "It's my birthday. Thank you, Mario, I'm so happy," before spawning a star which would ultimately crash the game and send you back to your original unharmed save state. But with so many alleged anomalies popping up over the course of these 27 years, you have to start to wonder, was any of this real? Personalization, the Golden Mario, the birthday toad? Well, the cold hard truth?
Absolutely fucking not.
While this theory had picked up enough traction to become the modern meme of every single Iceberg Explained video on YouTube, some viewers could easily discern the reality from the blatant, for lack of a better term, creepypasta. But with the amount of traction that it garnered, some, if not a considerable amount of people, genuinely took the personalization of Mario 64 as truth. And honestly, so do I, but probably not in the same way that others do. While I don't believe Nintendo was putting an experimental AI to the test in each of these games, I think Mario 64 had such a vast world to explore, and varying ways to explore it. Between the original, the DS version, the remake, your personal playthrough of the game sometime between today and the release date years ago had to be personalized to some degree, because the way you move through the game on which specific platform, it's all at your own discretion. But despite the fact that this personalization is false, it's fun. But not only that, it was refreshing to see the game revived in a new way. When you have a masterpiece like this lying essentially dormant without any new content since, I guess, like 2004 with the release of the DS game, it led fans to come to the conclusion that if you wanted more Mario 64, well, this time around you could create it for yourself, contorting the most basic things into driving forces for that content. For example, in an interview with Shigeru Miyamoto conducted by Bravo TV in 1996, Miyamoto is quoted saying the following:
the game itself always changes with players playing.
And well, my interpretation of this would mean something more along the lines of the way that you play through the game isn't linear. Others took this literally, therefore taking their own interpretation of what's said and blending it with a false reality. But as we'll learn throughout my discoveries here, not all theories are created equal. While some are simply the works of fan imaginations, others, like the Wario apparition, blend both the fun of fan theories with factual findings. The Wario apparition is a mysterious anomaly that lurks in the depths of Super Mario 64, an anomaly that theorists have given what they deem to be a dark and disturbing backstory. This floating head is found in the room beyond the 30-star door in the basement, which leads you to Dire Dire Docks. But after locking onto the player, this disembodied Wario head is said to start rapidly approaching the player, chomping and laughing maniacally. While its appearance and exactly what takes place is determined by the alleged personalization AI, sometimes appearing in rather shocking and mangled forms, as it hauls ass towards you down the hall. Regardless of its appearance, it's actually what happens after meeting the Wario apparition that is the most haunting part of this theory. The player is said to experience what could be classified as stroke-like symptoms and severe memory loss. And while this one, personally, for me, crosses more into the over-the-top funny category rather than being scary to any degree, and I kind of think it does for a lot of people, to be honest, that doesn't necessarily mean that everything about the Wario apparition is completely false. Dating back to E3 in 1996, Wario's face can actually be seen floating above the second Bowser level. This time around, it was actually Charles Martinet, the voice actor known for his portrayal of both Mario and Luigi within the game series since 1992? Let me just fact fact check that one. Okay, yeah. But not to be confused with Chris Pratt, though. I see how you could easily mix them up. They sound identical. But at this live tech demonstration for the highly anticipated N64, Charles captivated the audience with his portrayal of Wario displayed on an enormous projection screen. And it's this appearance at E3 that decades later birthed what has become one of the most infamous Mario 64 horror stories to ever haunt the game. But with this floating Wario head never actually appearing in the game, you have to wonder, where did this come from? And with a little research, we may have found an answer to our question. Mario Teaches Typing is known to feature what I would call an almost identical floating head. It's been known to appear within promotional booths as early as 1992, when it appeared at the Summer Consumer Electronics Show, and interacted with convention goers in real time, while obviously being controlled by a human, not the AI, or things could have, gone really bad. Therefore, we can make the presumption that either this Wario model had been altered for Mario and reused for the promotional event, or with Mario Teaches Typing 2 already in development, releasing in 1997 just a year after this Wario appearance, the team could have very well put a fresh spin on a more recent model, to act as a quick and easy asset to enthrall the crowd attending this demo. But more importantly than the origins of the floating head is exactly where it appears, the basement of the castle. When taking a look at the Mario 64 iceberg, we can find an entry titled The Internal Plexus of the Castle. Simply put, this entry sort of has a split definition, one that is very much real and one that pushes us deeper into a bizarre territory. At its core, without diving too deep into the fan theory just yet, this entry sort of refers to the fact that the internal architecture of the castle contradicts what we see on the outside. But with the blanket of personalization being involved in just about every aspect of the game now, this would sort of give us the idea that the castle was very much alive, contorting itself to your every move and ultimately making the decision to either share its secrets with you or choose to protect you from what lies beyond the base game. Therefore, this theory is one that just adds more fuel to the fire when it comes to things such as the Wario apparition, meaning that the castle itself could almost be looked at as the main antagonist of the game. And well, that's enough
It's my last
fan theory
work,
lore to make
do.
your head spin. It doesn't end there. It's this plexus theory that some describe as the central hub for the personalization AI, as the code that allegedly makes it up can't be found anywhere within the game's codebase. So it's led fans to speculate that the strange arrangement of rooms in the castle is actually a representation of the AI's nervous system. However, the secrets of the castle are nothing new to this game nor to the world of fan theories. One that I've always found interesting is the reported sighting of a Mario silhouette, a completely black figure, shaped identical to the player that seems to only appear inside Peach's castle. The silhouette is said to always be on the move, with the abilities to jump into paintings and open star doors as it sees fit. Breaking its stride via a punch or dive is said to drastically alter the game, causing glitches en masse and even crashes to occur. Much like the Wario apparition, this is one that blurs the lines between truth and fan theory. Knowing that cartridge glitches exist, the potential for a Shadow Mario is far from impossible. And well, obviously, there was no passive-aggressive silhouette cut into the game's codebase. Labeling this as untrue is sort of difficult, and I think that's what draws me to this theory more than any other. While I didn't own an N64 until long past its prime, the idea of cartridge tilting is one that I had heard rumors about since first getting unfettered internet access at a young age. In the middle of a game, very carefully wiggling a cartridge from side to side can cause these games to enter an incredibly weird state, as enough information from the cartridge is blocked to enter a glitch-like state, but without removing it fully, it's not enough to cause the game to freeze, crash, or error out. But rather, if done in the correct way, can be cause for some seriously disturbing play states. The one that stands out for me is probably the various different faces that Pikachu makes if you tilt the cartridge in Hey You Pikachu. Or maybe for you, it's the Ocarina of Time glitch that allows the player to access the debugger, where a message can be found that just reads, "I love you?" And well, those are a couple of the most documented cases of cartridge tilting. With all of this in mind, does seeing a silhouette of Mario really seem that crazy? If you've ever experienced an anomaly
Everyone said to go to a traditional university to get my master's, but I chose WGU. Their online healthcare degrees are nationally recognized and accredited, so I know I'll be graduating from a program that employers respect. Learn more at wgu.edu.
Okay. I know what to
Amelie, or
eat
really
after.
anything strange in Mario 64, please leave a comment. I'd love to know how much truth the creepypastas are actually based on. But anyways, back to
Creepypasta.
our storyline. Now that we have an understanding of the explosive wave of this kind of fan-made content, it's time to take a look back at some of the legitimate in-game mysteries that influenced almost everything that can be found on that iceberg. However, we'll now be doing so through a bit of a tainted lens, as once you've experienced the many bizarre stories that the fandom has to offer, it's almost hard to see this game in the same way perhaps you once did. But with that being said, I don't think this would be a true Mario 64 video if I didn't at least start the real mysteries off with what I would say is one of the great Nintendo legends. L is Real 2401. Back before the internet was present to immediately serve you a viable answer for any question you had, the majority of gaming secrets were found the hard way. For example, if you managed to collect all 120 stars in the game, you could climb on top of the castle and talk to Yoshi, who had a little surprise waiting for you. Something that proved to be true for those willing to put in the work and see it for themselves. L is Real 2401 is something of a cryptic Easter egg that rotted the minds of players for longer than 2 decades until finally getting an answer. The urban legend is said to be part of a long-standing belief that Luigi could be unlocked as a playable character, somehow, some way. Although the text on the plaque in the courtyard is barely even distinguishable in my eyes. Through years of trial and error and arguments, enough fans of the series decided on 2 conclusions. This either reads L is Real 2401 or Eternal Star. To be honest, I literally see nothing aside from maybe some vague indents in the plaque, but either way, what is written supposedly carries no real significance anyways, as there was once a letter written from Nintendo to a player stating that it was added as a joke by the developers for the sake of players overanalyzing it. Regardless, this didn't stop fans of the series from trying an unbelievable amount of things in hope of being the first to unlock Luigi, assuming that the number of 2401 was actually an objective for players. Some speculated that collecting that number of coins would make Luigi appear, or running that number of laps around the courtyard plaque would, I guess, also make Luigi appear. However, all of this effort to prove Luigi was in the game ultimately paid off 24 years later, but not in the same way that you might assume. In an interview conducted in 1996, Miyamoto revealed that Nintendo once planned Luigi to appear in the game, but was eventually scrapped in production due to hardware limitations. Something that was proven true when that Giga Leak took place, as buried in the game's codebase was that proof of Luigi that everyone had been longing for. And while it was incredibly cool to see one of the great gaming urban legends actually pan out to be true, despite the scribe message being irrelevant, or was it? 2401 equals 24 years and 1 month when the Giga Leak happened. Oh yeah, maybe we solved it. But moving on, sorry. The reveal of Luigi almost felt like 2020 might be the year that we ultimately saw this game start to fade away into the sunset. I mean, that was sort of the last massively popular loose end, at least as far as I had been concerned. But was I ever wrong? The discovery of Luigi in this game's codebase had instead simply taken people's attention away from a long-lived mystery and laser focused it onto hundreds of other aspects of the game. But instead of the varying in-game mysteries, it seemed like this time around users started to dissect the overall aura of the game. Take the enemies, for example. While it's easy with modern games to become accustomed with the many expressions and body language of approaching enemies, the limitations of the N64's graphical capabilities sort of left a lot of the enemies featured in the game with a much more, deadpan look that I think is easy to misinterpret for scary, when it was just sort of Nintendo doing their best with the tools they had. I mean, we've seen what these look like in the modern era of Mario games. And as highly detailed enemies, a lot of that edge just disappears. Let's look at the chain chomp. Although I've personally grown to find this thing adorable, I can definitely see how its razor-sharp teeth and unpredictable jagged movements make it all the more intimidating, even if that wasn't initially what Nintendo had in mind. But it isn't just this one enemy that stands out. It's a continuing trend that follows throughout the game. The jump scare piano that snaps at you when you're trying to grab that coin, or even the sudden emergence of the eel's face.
Nice.
I definitely understand the uncanny feelings that some people feel towards the enemies, especially if you've taken a long hiatus from the game or it was your first playthrough now in modern days. Maybe it's in retrospective that this becomes clear, but the enemies that inhabit these bright and colorful worlds almost feel exhausted. Looking back with the perspective of everything and everyone being stuck in the walls locked behind paintings, what is usually seen as a typical NPC route, it somehow gains a feeling of despair knowing that creatures like the Womp are fated to continuously walk their route without a single thought behind those eyes for all eternity. And while I don't necessarily find these scary, Nintendo had to have known that some of the creatures they created felt a little bit lifeless. But then I look at the enemies featured in the beta and, well, let's just say things could have been a lot worse, I guess. But maybe I'm the problem here. Maybe I've fallen too far down this rabbit hole. I mean, I'm starting to empathize with 27-year-old N64 models, but can you blame me for it? I've been consuming nothing but Mario 64 content for what is weeks now, and I've started to pick up on another thing. In both previous and modern games, Mario's relationship with death is somewhat of a silly one, usually letting out one of his traditional hoots or hollers with a rather light-hearted expression before
less people, I think I have a better chance of getting
Mario Odyssey is a great example for the feelings that I'm trying to convey to you.
O2
Things
if
like
someone pops
walking into
O2.
a Goomba or even a cactus. They have that sort of goofy cartoon whack sound effect. If we pan back to 64 and take a look at Mario's relationship with his own mortality, there's a level of realism that is featured within each death animation that is sort of unsettling, I'll admit that much. Mario's body filling with visible panic as he knowingly starts to drown, and you're left feeling helpless watching the health bar tick down to nothing. Or worse yet, the audible coughs Mario lets loose, while visibly suffocating when exposed to the toxic gas of the Hazy Maze cave. The fatalities in Super Mario 64 may be similar to those in Galaxy, at least to me personally, but they carry a different level of impact. Much like the enemies, I think it's easy to cross up the combination of outdated graphics, limited detail, and the game's age, and quickly label it as scary when the proper term might be something more like harsh or unpolished. And that's something that makes this iceberg so strange in itself. All of the theories are a little unpolished, polarizing even. When doing research for this video, there's some people who get upset over theories but then talk about how much they love others. I think that's what makes it so special. It provides users with something personally to latch onto. If you don't like the apparition or you find personalization to be stupid, other theories might ring true for you, like the alleged negative emotional aura of Wet Dry World. And it's with this theory that I want to begin touching on the aesthetic aspect of the environments present in Mario 64, starting here. One of the most polarizing levels featured in Mario 64, which upon discovering that this level had negative feelings associated with it, it didn't really come as a surprise to me. I mean, water levels time and time again seem to be the most despised things on the planet. Playing an entire game, becoming accustomed to the physics only to have that suddenly pried out from underneath you, is a common reason people love to hate this style of gameplay. But Wet Dry World doesn't necessarily carry that level of frustration the way that other water levels might. Instead, it's reported that something about this level's design and aesthetic give it a rather unnerving and uncomfortable aura. A level that draws
keep
up
on throwing my
hundreds of
poison
questions
too fucking
and ultimately
late, bro.
provides you with zero answers. The way the level is designed feels like it was intentional to leave the user feeling trapped. While I don't experience a sense of dread per se, this level does invoke a little feeling of panic, as not only am I incredibly claustrophobic, I'm also just terrified of water. And I mean, at its core, the level is just a rising swimming pool with cement walls on the side, and looking up doesn't make things much better. The sort of oversaturated, rippling sky, complemented by a strange collage of towering buildings, all aligned side by side. The realism of this image had been traced back to Shabam, a town in Yemen with a population of around 7,000 people. Why Nintendo chose to take the buildings and create this is ultimately something I can't explain, but if anyone has rhyme or reason, I'd love to hear it in the comments. The overall look and feel of this level is something to be considered. While most in the game follow what could be considered a design guide, take Bob-omb Battlefield for example. The setting of this course takes place on and around a mountain, with players starting at the bottom and ultimately following the route to the peak to duke it out with the Big Bob. This level sort of lays out a clear path for the user to follow, with textures and enemies that you would associate with that said mountain and level
gosh, that
Whereas
is fucking...
Wet Dry World seems to be an obscure
stupid as
mixture
hell,
of
bro.
everything that had been left over, almost leaving the player with a sense of disconnect to the world that they're traversing. I think the best way that I could describe this would be those pieces of AI art that you see. I mean, even the
Alrighty.
skybox itself looks like it was generated by one of those things. Like, it's close to what